Hold on, let me charge again. Green on. Here we are. Good morning, chili dogs. What you focus on grows. Feed them horses. We got 3 more pots right here, so we're gonna get right into it. We're doing it, we're getting closer and closer to the year of throwing these 3 every day. So I'm gonna do 3 trees, and that's kind of about it. Maybe I'll do a couple of my edited shorts and stuff, but we'll get right into it here. So, you guys ready? Green off. Alright, you guys ready? Here we go. Camera B. Camera B. Didn't get it that time, but that's okay. Are we eating clay today? That's so funny. I feel like everybody's just gonna know me on YouTube as the guy who's eating clay. I've only eaten it like twice maybe. So funny. A little bit of water around that top. That pushing that pole. We're gonna bring this up. Here we go. Gotta keep your hand over on this left side here. I like to think I split this up into 3/3 here, right? I always keep that left hand on that third. You never lose your wrist, right? Just like in arm wrestling, you don't ever want to lose your wrist. Don't lose your wrist now. Keep it on that third. Slowly put your fist in that middle, and it's gonna create a little bump, and you slowly walk off all that off-centered clay and it out to the side here. It's gonna come right around and hit that palm of your hand that's being supported by your hip bone or your leg or whatever you can do. And there you go. Take your 2 thumbs and push this down right in the middle here. You gotta check for the rabbits. No rabbits in there. Great. A little bit of water on the inside. And slowly use your hook to cut across that bottom of that clay. You gotta make sure you gotta keep the tadpoles all nice and wet, right? You don't want their pond to dry out. And slowly walk this out to the side. Everybody say hello to Mr. Llama. What's up, guys? It's me, Mr. Llama. We're gonna get right into it. We're gonna do a poll for us, right? Alright, here we go. Camera B. You know what llamas love, guys? Llamas, they are obsessed with volcanoes. So here we go. A little bit of water right on the inside here. Slowly grab your knuckle and slowly push that in. And then slowly walk this little bump up. And the first couple pulls of the clay here, they're all just to equalize the walls, right? And so we just want to make sure that the walls are nice and even, and we'll slowly push the bottom in to make a steeper and steeper volcano until all of a sudden turns into a, what's it called? A cylinder. Do camera 3, man, please. Yeah, sure. Camera C. A bit of water on the top. I'll show you guys here too. Wheel. Okay. Right down to the bottom. Okay. We're just gonna look right down the bottom. The clay's gonna give us this little bump. And so we always thank the clay, and we're slowly gonna walk this bump up until we can feel that clay getting ready for this lift. We have this bump, and that's all we're doing. As we're just lifting this clay up, we're imagining it's almost like a little snail that we're walking up the side of the pot here, all the way to the top. Don't relinquish the bump. Keep that bump all the way to the top. And there we go, guys. Sweet. 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 4, 5, 6. Keep that kind of even right there. And if we want it to twist more in the middle, somebody said do camera A. Yeah, sure. Camera A. Pottery shelf. There we go. So we're slowly going to push these in on the side here. right? And why are we doing that? Because we want to stretch out this clay so then it twists more on that bottom part there. So here we go. Hands right on the inside here. And we're slowly, I gotta get some more water on this top too. I noticed that it's a little bit too dry. There we go. And slowly have some pressure outwards. I'll walk this up. Ready to curl this in. We're gonna make this one go up the side of the pot just a little bit more. This is the one that messed up, so again, we're gonna go a little bit in, and maybe we'll fold it right on the inside here. And curl this around just like that. And then we're gonna hit the bottom edges here. Right down to the bottom. And here we go. If I'm looking at this pot right now, I think it's a little bit too cylindrical. I think I probably should have done petals instead of the tendrils on the bottom, but we made it, so here we go. And it looks like actually it might collapse totally on one side. I'm starting to see a little water fissure. I don't know if you guys can see that little crack on the side there, but we'll see how it looks at the very end here. So, camera C. Camera B. No, the point realistically, all this stuff is all about my mentality, right? Like, I throw pots every single day, and I have for almost a whole entire year now, right? And so what's the thing that I hate the most is to come down here, record myself, and then when I get back upstairs, I have to edit for like 3 hours, right? And so I cut all my social life out. I don't really do too much. That's all I do is I make videos, I go to work, I make videos, I go to work, I make videos, and I go to work. And so you ask me, what's this type of pottery about? It's about training my mentality to callous the brain so that whenever something comes at me, I can reflect on these pots as motivation to keep on pushing forward. Why don't you use a kiln to dry them? So you're talking about firing them? Just because this kiln that you see right here is actually not usable. I live in an apartment, and so I can't be firing in an apartment. So they all just sit like you can see, I have some over there, some here. I have 2 rooms upstairs. I don't make pots, I fill rooms just of unfired pots. A lot of people, they get blinded by the idea of the artifact of the process, right? People always talk about how ceramics is all about the process. Well, you know what? People use the process so they can get the artifact of it, right? People don't just embed themselves in the process. And we're gonna get ready. Dun, 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 dun. Always ask for that bump from the clay. It's that quest the clay gives us, is this little bump. And we slowly walk this up, right? I always imagine it, think about it as like it's a snail or slug trying to get his next meal. Whenever you see that slight wobble, don't freak out. Continue the pull, right? Continue that pull all the way to the top, right? Imagine any obstacles in your life. You can't sit there and just keep on muling over the regrets that you have. You gotta just keep on pushing forward, right? Always attack life. Be that unrelenting force, right? Right to the bottom. Alright, slowly walk this up. And if we just sit here for a second, it's gonna slowly wind up. There we go. Bit of water on the inside. Just slightly push this out. Allow it to make one full rotation. Alright, get ready. Kiss that rim. There we go. I'm not gonna let what people say about my work dictate what I make. You know what I mean? Somebody said it looks like shit. So funny. Take it down. Alright, right at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Curlies in, curlies in, curlies in, curlies in. We got a 4 petal on the bottom there. You'll see the other one, it totally collapsed, so you guys will see that in a second. Alright. Camera C. So you'll see this one totally fell. So that means we just got to do another one today. Gonna talk as much through this one. Alrighty. Here we go. Camera B. Up. And one go. And then down. So center in one moment here. A little bit too far forward on my chair. Slowly push this down. Slowly bring that fist back towards you. There you go, centered. Knuckle right underneath, slowly pushing this in. Remember, first pull is all about getting that walls nice and even. Collar the top in just a tad. Make sure you're always keeping that in. Again, knuckle right on the bottom here. Slowly pushing that in. Slow the wheel down just a tad as you're doing the pull here to find that little bump and take that up. Collar this in one more time, and we're here for the last pull. Alright, a little bit of water. Again, push this down to find this little bump. Slow that wheel down just a tad. Maintain the bump, even if you see it wobbling, maintain the bump, maintain the bump. Like a slug trying to get his next meal, but he's only a slug, so he can only move at slug speed. All the way to the top, all the way to the top. Relax, and there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Right at the top here, and slowly get ready. It's going to twist up. Slow that down. Kiss that rim. Another tree right at the base. So he says this guy deserves 1 million likes. Help him out. That was nice of you, Isaiah. All right, here we go. Camera C. Camera C. All right, I'll show you guys one more pottery edit.
Give me one more chance, I'll fight. Let me put you in the side. I ain't got no time for you. I ain't shit, I live my life. I don't wanna be a bicycle guy. I fly so high, you can see me. I just wanna live my life on high alert. If I fucking feel it, then I fucking bird. If you try to fucking me, I'll fucking put you in the dirt. Hit the gas, bitch, I'm out, look a bitch, give me bird, give me bird. 6 feet under, how you talking to me? Oh shit, I'm a kid, better run for the shit. Big bitch, when you put away. Hey, kids, like me, cause you know I'm slick. On me, I'm just smoking in green. Kill kush, kill kill, I be hitting away. All we, I be laughing at me. What I'm talking about, we be popping in the street with artillery now, and the shit that we been dropping and be popping a smile. I'm a pussy fucking bitch up.
All right, somebody said, hey, read my question. The chat's moving too fast, I couldn't see it, so if you want to type it again, maybe I can see it, but somebody says, is this live? No. Camera C. Camera B. We're down to the base. What are these creations for? They're for my mentality. Thumbs right on the inside. Check for rabbits. No rabbits? Alright. Pond's a little bit empty. Can't have the tadpoles be drying out. Right down to the bottom. Have you thought about making them for conventions? I bet people would buy them. Yep, I don't sell any of my work. I don't make no money from doing this. I teach classes at 4 different art centers, and that's how I make money. So this is all just, like I said, it's for my mentality. All right, here we go. Grab your llama. Llama's gonna say, what's up, guys? It's me, Mr. Llama. You know, we always gotta get the volcanoes. Camera B. Right down to the bottom. And you know, llamas just love volcanoes, guys. Some people ask, what am I making? I'm making some trees. I make trees every single day. I'm almost at a year now. What are the rabbits when he said check for rabbits? Like little air bubbles. Sometimes when you're pushing down into clay, you'll be able to feel the little air bubbles. So usually when you want to pop them right away. And again, we're at that base. I'll hold that up, just like that. How long have I been making pottery? I've been making pottery for maybe 4.5 years. Before that I was doing large charcoal drawings. But yeah. Right down to the base slowly. Raise that interior finger up into this bump, and we're slowly just gonna walk this up, right? And guys, this is like the part where a lot of people get it wrong. People call this like a pole, but for me, I've always thought of it more as a lift. It's getting a little bit wobbly, but we're not gonna freak out. We're gonna continue the pole. Always maintaining that bump. We're not letting any of what we're seeing visually scare us, right? We're going to stay consistent, we're going to stay confident, and we're going to go all the way to the top. It was a little bit too narrow on that base, and so that was my biggest problem, but we're still going to finish off that pole. And there we go. Ken, your name is Pottery Demon. That's just lame. It's like you don't take any time to think of something cool. Wait, what's your name? King Cujo? Number 420. Alright, King Cujo 420. I'll change my name one day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 3, 4, 5. I had a little chunk of the sponge get stuck in there, so that's kind of weird. We're at that base. Slowly pop this out. Slow down there. Kiss this rim. Interesting. So it's collapsing on one side a little bit. I'm not gonna give up anymore, and I'm gonna do this until I win, right? That's my mentality. All right, here we go. All right, we got enough energy now. So, green on. Here we are, guys. Back over here on the wheel, I shrunk myself down. We're gonna do a little pottery review. I think the best one of today is probably this one, even though it's collapsing a little bit on the other side. I think that the contrast between the narrowness of the base going all the way up, a slight twist, not too tight of a twist there, and I did really nice on the 5-petal bottom here. It's collapsing on one side, but I really like the emotion, right, that's going on in this pot. The gesture of the pot kind of being a little bit loose. I like the contrast between that top and that narrowness, like I was saying, but I think that one's probably my favorite one of the day. This one over here is probably the most basic one. I'm not really vibing with this one too much. I did the double tendril on this one, but it's not really interacting with the pot very much. Like, oh, whoopsies. What I'm thinking about when I'm looking at this one, I wanted it to kind of be like a little bit tilted to one side so it looked like the arms were doing anything. This pot just looks really stiff. It's a little bit more mundane, but I always say you gotta have the mundane to highlight some of the more extraordinary ones, right? Anyway, we got the one on the top. This is what happens when it collapses over. When you go too thin on that top treetop and then they get I call it a water fissure, then they'll totally dip down. This one's not too interesting, right? Because I just did a petal bottom, but usually what I'll do on these ones, if they collapse before I have an opportunity to do the tendrils, I'll do the tendrils and I'll have them wrap up and interact with that top. I do like the way how the rim stops functioning as a rim and more of as a framing device for that interior spiral there, right? But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. All the best and strong mentality. Here we go. I want to build my own machine. How about that?